Hi, welcome to the webisode Mr. Wilson Teaches Wedging. This video is going to show you how to wedge the clay properly so that you end up with no air bubbles and your clay molecules are perfectly aligned. To start this, you're going to take your wire cutter and you're going to slice off a piece of clay. It's about the size between a baseball and a softball. And this clay comes already pre-processed and it's already ran through a pug mill so that there's no air in it. And we're going to make sure all the molecules are aligned, and we're going to ensure that there is absolutely no air bubbles so that there doesn't create steam and blow up your project. When you begin wedging, really it's all about your stance. So you want to make sure that you have a good center of gravity, and you do this by spreading your legs, and you want to lock your arms and bring all that energy from your whole body out into your palms. You're going to take the clay and put it on the table and then push forward. And this is sort of like kneading bread, so you're going to push down and pull it back. Push down and pull it back. And as you start to do this, you're going to spin the clay, so it's getting all different types of areas. And a lot of times when you take clay fresh out of the bag, it's going to be very sticky, and you're going to have to continually pull it up off the table and slide over to another spot and keep pushing down. And as you go, the heat from your hands is going to dry out this clay, and you're going to end up losing a lot of that stickiness. One of the tools that's great for cleaning up that as well is your metal rib. So if you take your metal rib and slide it right over the areas, this clay you can add right back into your piece. You're going to continue pushing down and rolling back. And you'll notice as I do this, I have my hands cupped around the sides, and that is so I can keep it in its ball shape. And if you don't do that, what you're going to end up with is a long hot dog shape. I'll demo that for you. So you see, if I don't cup, my clay is going to turn into a piece that looks like this, which we don't want. So you have to continually push down and roll back up. And it doesn't take very long, if you know what you're doing, to be able to get all these air bubbles out. And the molecules should run in alignment fairly quickly. And once you think you have it to the point where you don't have any air bubbles, you're going to take your hand and smack the clay. And the goal is to try to get a perfect ball shape. And you're getting rid of a lot of those lines that are in the clay that are going to create stress areas. You'll see as I do this, I start with a flat palm, and then I do a cup palm right after. So this is going to smack out all those lines, and then I'm going to shape it back into the ball. And when you think you have it about ready, it's always good to take your wire cutter, and you're going to cut the ball in half and ensure that there's no air in it. And you can do this by yourself or with a partner if you'd rather have someone else hold it. And you'll drag it right through, and you're going to open it up and ensure there's no air bubbles. If there's no air bubbles, that's great. That means you're doing it right. You can smack it right back together and re-wedge it into your ball to start your project. If you do have air bubbles, you need to examine exactly what's going wrong with it and continue to try and cut it open and keep going until you don't get any air bubbles. Remember, it takes a lot of time and a lot of knowledge to be able to get it right every time, and even the best ceramicists still have trouble with it. So don't get discouraged if you don't get it right the first time, just keep trying.